Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Abby, and you already know what it is. I'm back at it again with the back at it again with the recap. Y'all, the finale went down this week. There is so much to get into. Y'all know I have so many thoughts. So you already know what you gotta do. You gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I just want to say first and foremost, thank you to everyone who watched my live stream of the finale. If you were there, you already know it was lit, it was turned up. I so enjoyed getting a chance to interact with some of the subscribers that I see in these comments, that I see liking the videos, and also new subscribers. I interacted with a lot of y'all new ones and gained a lot of y'all new ones, and I just want to say thank you. Hey, what's good with all of you? And thank you so much for supporting. And of course, thank you to all of the subscribers who weren't able to make it. I will be sure to do more live streams, especially for seasons to come, so don't even worry if you missed it. There will be more to come. Y'all know, if you remember my week 7 recap, I put a small giveaway in the video for a $15 Starbucks gift card, and I told you I would announce the winner tonight, and the winner is Avalon Park. Avalon, you were on it. I'm guessing you're a girl, so I'm gonna say you were on it, sis. Like, you knew all of the answers. I was like, come through. So we will connect on how to get that gift card to you, and thank you so much for being such a loyal and down-ass subscriber. Okay, and for all of you, stay tuned for future giveaway opportunities. Without further ado, let's get into this recap. Y'all, I think the theme of this whole season was, why in the hell did this happen? I think that we were wondering, you know, who Arie was when he was chosen as the Bachelor. And for fans who are semi-new like me, you know, we didn't see him on his past season with Emily. We didn't see who he was. And so when he was announced, it was kind of like, who? And some of us dragged him because they knew about him before this. And some of us, like me, decided, I don't really know this guy, don't really have any, you know, negative feelings towards him. I'm just gonna kind of give him the benefit of the doubt and see what happens. That's basically how I came into it this season. I said, I'm gonna form my own opinion of him. There was a lot of people who were dragging him, who were upset, they wanted it to be Peter, all types of stuff. But I said, you know, I'm going to give this man the benefit of the doubt. I've come to realize just why it took this man 5 years to become Bachelor. Now I'm realizing why every time he got super close to becoming Bachelor, ABC ripped it out of his hands. I'm realizing why he had so much hate going into this season. He is the worst Bachelor I've ever seen in the seasons I've been watching. He is the most inconsiderate, unsure Bachelor that I have seen up until this point. He is quite immature in my opinion, and I'm going to explain why. He is someone that I do not believe understands what he wants in a wife, in a woman, in a relationship, out of life in general. I think that he has this idea of what he wants, and he truly has convinced himself that these are the whatever it is that has formulated what he thinks he wants from his mind. He is so confident that that's what he needs, but all of the things he does in real life, all of the women he has chosen to this point have directly conflicted with everything that he says he wants. This man he's just not serious. He's not serious, and he's dragging women along in his uncertainty, and I cannot stand it. for good reason. This man was not chosen to be Bachelor for years. And I'm so wishing that whoever was behind not choosing him continued this year, because we were not supposed to have this man. And this man was not a right fit for this show. Gonna have to take a drink of water. How I feel about Arie being said. Let's get into this episode. The first part of this episode is the women are gonna have to meet Arie's family. Now, going in, what we know of Arie's family is that he's very close to his family. He talked about how he goes over his dad's house all the time, how his dad comes over all the time. His dad has been, has met ex-girlfriends. And it just seems like they have a very open relationship. So I'm thinking that, the family's opinions here are going to mean a lot. And I'm thinking that the families are going to give very good insight on what's going on, and what to expect and like what they see with the women. And so I'm thinking, okay, this might be a really good chance for these families to really influence and tell him what's going on, give him good feedback on the women. So the first girl to meet his family is Lauren. Now, first, Lauren and Arie meet outside. They're hugged up on each other. They keep telling each other they love each other. She's just like, I'm super nervous to meet your family. And he's like, don't be nervous, just be yourself. And so she kind of calms her nerves and pulls herself together and gets into the zone to meet his family. So they go in and we see that the family, pretty much the whole family is there. His mom and his dad are there. His siblings and their significant others are there. So it's about, 8 of them in the room. Lauren and Arie enter, and of course, Lauren is super nervous, but she gets through it and she hugs everyone. Arie's brother gets into it and he says, which date stuck out to you? And Lauren was just kind of like, I'm so nervous. I didn't realize you were gonna ask me things. I need to talk. Oh my God. All of them stuck out to me. Yeah, all of them. And the brother was just like, okay. Arie, noticing that she's struggling to have a conversation, jumps in and says, I think that, we really started to build a strong connection in the middle. We had these 2 back-to-back dates. We're falling for each other. And I feel like with us, it's just been this indescribable feeling and this indescribable connection and draw to each other. And Arie just feels the need to jump in for her. And I think this is just a clear signal of what I've been saying, that this relationship he has with Lauren, he enjoys being able to kind of build her up, being able to support her, being able to reassure her. And in this moment, even having to talk for her. She couldn't even answer a clear question about what date stuck out to you. Something as simple as that. And Arie felt the need to protect her like some damsel and jump in and speak on her behalf. This to me just signals, the issues that I've been viewing. That she has a really hard time speaking up for herself, being confident in herself. And Arie enjoys being this knight in shining armor for her. He enjoys being her mouthpiece. He enjoys being her protector. And it comes off very, very weak to me. And it angers me a bit because he says he wants a strong woman. And in this moment, he seems to be really enamored with a woman who cannot even express one of the dates that stuck out to her. So just a food for thought. Then they're at the dinner table and Lauren gives toast and she just says, I'm happy to be here with the family of the man that I love. I'm just like, even his mom was like, okay. She's a woman of few words, y'all. Maybe that's what it is. A woman of few minuscule, insignificant words. Wow. This is what I'm tuned in for 3 hours. She goes to talk to the dad and the dad was just like, is there anything in the back of your mind that, worries you about your relationship with Arie? No, there's nothing. No. And she's really, really still nervous around the dad. And I think the dad almost likes that. He's just like, I can tell you're nervous. And she even starts to tear up and just say that she just is trying to stay concentrated on their relationship, and that, you know, she really feels for him and she can't explain it, but she just knows that it's a good fit and that she can't imagine her life without him. And I'm just like, why, sis? I don't even want this for you. This is a mess. Okay. We'll get there, y'all. Dad seems to, in the end, really like her, even though she was nervous and came off very timid. I think the dad enjoyed that about her, and he just tells her, you know, girl, just stay in this thing, you know, be yourself, is what it is type of thing. Like, he offers no real concrete advice, just useless words of encouragement, I guess, in this moment. And I'm just like, okay, hope that helped you, sis. We see Arie talking to his like brother and sister, talking to them about how he is in love with both women, kind of signifying the differences between the relationships. He says with Becca, it feels very strong, it feels very passionate, he's confident in her, he doesn't need to reassure her. But he says with Lauren, he feels like he spends a lot of his time reassuring her and telling her how good things are going, or how great she is, or how much in love he is. And he's like, he doesn't mind doing that, but he wonders that what their life will be like in the future in their relationship. Would it be that he's always reassuring her about things? Would he always have to confirm how he's feeling? Would he always have to, you know, ward off, you know, insecurities and things like that? And he's telling his family that. One of his sisters or sister-in-law asks, do you have real conversations with her? And he's just like, yeah, we have real conversations. But again, a lot of that time is spent, you know, working through issues or working through insecurities. And he's like, you know, I just want to get to a place where we don't have to do that anymore. And I think that's the biggest difference between our relationship and Becca and mine's relationship. And so that is really what he's struggling with. He's struggling with picking between a relationship that he feels like could be great, but it would be with the woman that he still has so much doubt with, and so much reassurance, and someone he still needs to learn about, because they spent so much of their time not really getting to know each other, but, you know, trying to just get through the process. So that's kind of what he's telling his family. And they just keep telling him that just think about your past, think about what didn't work in the past. And we know that it didn't work with someone who didn't communicate, who you couldn't talk to. You had a really hard time in your past relationships with women like that. So just think about that. And like, when we meet Becca tomorrow, we'll definitely consider that. So that's kind of the feedback he's getting from his siblings. And we see Lauren and Arie's mom talking, and she again is just telling Arie's mom that, you know, it's really hard for her in this situation because she really loves him, and she feels like it's hard because she knows there's another woman involved, but she tries not to think about it. But it's hard to think about it because she has been engaged before. After breaking off the engagement, now she's really scared of getting into a situation that doesn't last and won't last. And she's just really scared of just it not working out. And that's why she's so reserved with her feelings and so reserved with her heart. And the mom is just really feeling for her. She's just like, I can tell that you're so invested and this is really hard. But she just tells her to just stay confident in them, stay at peace with the situation, and just try to be as focused on Arie as possible. It seems like they bonded, to be honest with y'all. It seems like her mom really took a liking to how vulnerable Lauren was being. She came off very well with the mom. They all reconvene. Lauren says goodbye to them, and they're all just like, oh, bye, Lauren. And, you know, it seems like the energy of the ending is really, really good, and that they are all set off on a great start. So it seems like it went well for her. It seems like she, you know, impressed them in a way, even though she didn't say much. It seems like they took a liking to her. So Arie walks her out. They say goodbye, obviously kiss up on each other, whatever. Ugh. And Arie goes back in and debriefs with his family, and they were just like, honestly, it's gonna be hard for Becca because this was a really good meeting. Everyone agreed that they liked Lauren. If you ask us right now, we would say Lauren is the one. And I was just like, damn. This is not looking good for Becca coming into this. They are all already attached to Lauren, and it's just like, I'm a little worried for Becca at this point. Becca, pull this one out, girl. Time for Becca to meet the family. Now, Becca is coming in with some energy. When her and Arie meet up outside of the room with the family, they are sitting down and talking through what she's kind of feeling. And she just says, you know, I know they met Lauren yesterday, and I know that I'm coming in after her, but I'm really confident in us. I see everything with us, and I'm just really excited to see you. They are literally all over each other. Like, her legs are crossed on his hand is on her thigh. She has her hand on his thigh. Like, I'm a big reader of body language and energy, and I feel like their energy was just like, they finally built up to this point. Everyone who watches my recaps knows that I said the energy was like, I was getting, you know, very like, wasn't very tepid tease, you know. In this moment, I'm seeing them being wrapped up in each other, and I'm realizing that they have really built a chemistry, built a connection, and they really like each other. Like, he is looking into her eyes, he is all over her, she's all over him, and I'm like, I can see it. I can see it with her. I've always really liked her personality, but now I'm starting to see that this relationship with Arie could work. Arie actually tells Becca that the one thing he is sure about with them is that she's so confident in them, and he loves how confident she is in him and their relationship, and he doesn't doubt anything with her, and he almost feels bad that he doesn't ever reassure her about how he's feeling or their relationship. So he tasks himself with reassuring Becca more with how he's feeling and how everything is going, and making sure that she feels comfortable in the relationship. And so I'm like, yeah, you don't really give that to her. You give that to that quiet girl who demands it every day. Like, the fuck? Ugh. So they go in to meet the family. The family stands up. She hugs everyone. And one thing I noticed about Becca's entrance, Becca came in with like a fireball. You know, Lauren came in like, but Becca was like, "Ooh, hi everyone." Like, that's the first thing she said. She's like, "Hello." And every time she hugged someone, she would say, "Hello, Alan. Hello, Dad," or whatever his name was. "Hello." Like, she addressed everyone, and her energy was just more like, I was like, yes, I got to wake back up, because you know I be taking naps on Lauren's scenes, so I got to wake up on hers, and I was like, okay, so some action is going on, y'all. So she was greeting everyone with energy, and I think they picked up on that. So when they're all sitting around the couch, it kind of gave off awkward vibes to me. I felt like everyone was just kind of like doing that like awkward face, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are they all like being mad weird about it? But then we see that in their confessionals, they're talking about it kind of sucks for Becca right now, because we just met Lauren, and you know, they're two different personalities, and I think they're realizing, like, I don't think they were expecting Becca to be polar opposite of Lauren. Like, I think they were just like, that shock face and that awkward face was just like, this is very different. This is a very different vibe from Lauren, and they were adjusting as it was happening. So I think that might be why the family was so quiet and awkward feeling. But kind of sucks for Becca to kind of get over this this wall here. Then Becca meets with Arie's mom, and Becca's just really pitching to his mom about how she would always hear people say when they met their fiance, it's like a feeling, and you just know. It's just kind of like this, when you know, and she just cannot describe how she feels about Arie. She just really feels like this is the guy for her. She just really pulls on that when you know, and she told his mom that she knows that he's the one. Mom is very pleased with how confident and outgoing and assuring Becca is, and it seems like their conversation goes well. On the flip side, we see Becca talking to Arie's dad. Now, one of the first thing Arie's dad mentioned is that, you know, we met Lauren yesterday. What do you know about Lauren? And Becca's like, well, you know, we're in the same cast. You know, yeah, she's that other bitch that I'm trying to take down, but no big deal. We're just very different people. It's like, so did y'all get along? Are you friends? And she's just like, yeah, we did. Emphasis on did. Like, emphasis on stop fucking asking about her. Thanks. Arie seems really conflicted. Even the dad says, it's hard for me to even see or lean towards one or the other. Like, he's basically tells Becca, I like both of you equally. And whatever Arie chooses, I'll be okay with it. And I'm just looking at him like, And Becca's just, okay. But I know inside she's like, so you're telling me that you don't want to know anything about me? Like, at all? Where am I from? How old am I? What do I do for a living? How our dates have been going? Why I love your son? Nothing? You want to talk to me about the other girl? Okay. Just keep calm. This could be your future dad-in-law. Don't curse him out. Yeah. That would have been me. Because I don't understand why this man kept mentioning Lauren to Becca. Like, have some sense. They're clearly in an emotional state. They clearly know about each other. Why do you need to keep reminding her of the fact that, oh yeah, you know, there's another girl. Oh yeah, we like her too. So how does that make you feel? Oh, you're in love with him? But Lauren, she was really quiet and really sweet, and like we really liked her. Oh, you're from Minnesota? Well, Lauren's from Virginia. She told us that yesterday. I felt like that was so disrespectful for the dad to not even try to get to know Becca in this moment, not even try to ask her questions. All he could think about was Lauren. It's just so disrespectful. Even if that's how you're feeling and you're leaning towards the other girl, at least show the girl in front of you some respect and show her that you care to get to know her equally. Like, it's just so messed up. I was just like, cancel this old man. Get him out of my face. Get him out of my face. She's just like, I really can't believe he keeps asking me about Lauren. I really don't want to hear about her. It's like comparing apples to a starfish. Becca, I love you, but sis, what the hell does that mean? What? Are you the starfish? Becca, I love you, but what? So then we see a small scene of Becca talking to his sister or sister-in-law, and she's just like, so, you know, how does it feel knowing there's still Lauren in this process? And you could see Becca's face. She's just like, if I hear Lauren again, if I hear that name again, I swear I was just like, she held it way better. She just, you know, I'm really confused. I'm really scared, but I'm trying to stay positive. Like, she really handled those Lauren questions like a G, because if that would have been me, I would have been like, so do you have any questions for me? You know, my name is Becca. I'm not Lauren. Lauren's nowhere to be found. Yeah, Becca here. Becca, do you want to know anything about me? This is just point number one for Becca K. I was just so pleased and so impressed with her. Like, go you, sis. She says goodbye to the whole family, hugs them, does all of that, and they're just like, oh, it's so good to meet you. I think it went like a train wreck. I think they didn't even give her a fair shot and didn't ask her any questions about herself. Maybe that's editing, but from what they showed, they did not ask her anything about her own family life, her own aspirations, how she stands, nothing. Arie walks Becca out. Of course, he says he's gonna miss her. He loves her. He hugs all up on her, kisses her, and then he goes back in to talk with his family and is like, so, what do you think? And they're just like, honestly, Arie, his mom says, I think Becca is better for your future. And then his dad even jumps in and says, based on your personality and like who you are as a person, I also think Becca is better for you. He was like, she seems like a self-starter. She seems like a go-getter. She was like, I know you, and you sometimes need someone to kick you in your ass to get started. And I was just like, thank you, Dad. Give us some insight, because that's exactly what I think. I think that he's just so like complacent, and he thinks he knows, he thinks he has his shit together, and he thinks he has, you know, he knows what to do, but he doesn't. He needs someone to tell him what to do. And in this moment, he's basically asking his family, help me. I don't know what to do. Please tell me who to pick. And they're basically all saying, you know, based on the facts and based on your history, Becca is a better fit for you, bruh. And he is looking at them all like, one person say Lauren B. Just one of you. He's looking pained that they all like Becca. I picked up on it. His face was it was on stuck. When your face on stuck, it's just like shook. He was trying to make it seem like, oh, that's so exciting. I love them equally, but I think he was low-key hoping that one of them would be Team Lauren and not one of them would. He takes it. He says he receives it, thanks his family for their help, and hugs them goodbye. I'm just like, some of them were helpful. They were talking about Lauren with Becca, and yet they were team Becca. They're just confusing humans, and I'm just glad that their scene is over. Chris Harrison is going to be interviewing people intermittently as they're showing scenes, and he interviews Caroline, and he asked her, do you still feel the same way you felt at the Women Tell All? She's like, yeah, Chris, I feel like he toys with these women's emotions, and he really doesn't know what he wants. I would have to agree, sis. Like, he does not know what he wants. He is not, everything he's done thus far has showed me that he is not consistent. He's not consistent, he's not rational, and when he is rational, he reverts back to being his old self. So I don't know, I can't root for him at this point because he's just flip-flopping. He's flip-flopping, he's trying to grasp for confirmation everywhere, from his family, from thin air, from the trees, and he's not really doing the deep soul searching work to figure out, you know, what he truly feels, and just saying, fuck the public, fuck the cameras, fuck what people are going to think about me. You know, I feel like he's made a lot of decisions based on how he's going to be perceived, and he needs to just say fuck it and really look at what he needs in life and how he feels and how all of that merges and fits together. And if he can do that, he will be a more honest bachelor and maybe even more successful, and people will receive him well or better. But up until this point, he's just all over the place. It's too confusing, it's too chaotic, and it just makes me feel like, how is this man 36 years old? That's y'all bachelor. He's not my bachelor. Absolutely, he is not. So now it's date time. Lauren's up first, and they are going to Machu Picchu. Now y'all know this is what I was waiting for. This is what the piece of Peru that I was waiting to see. I would be so excited for this date, and yet again, Lauren is getting like the best date, going to Machu Picchu and getting to just see this beautiful sight. Lauren says, oh, I remember seeing these pictures in my history books, but it's so like amazing to see it up close. And literally, they walk around Machu Picchu and just gaze at the sights and gaze at each other. And the direct quotes of the entire date, y'all, like, these are the words they said. This is so incredible. Arie, of course. This is amazing, Lauren. Oh my God, this is crazy, Lauren. Oh my God, that's insane, Arie and Lauren. Oh my God, no way. Oh, Arie. Oh, this is beautiful. Arie. Wow, so crazy. Arie and Lauren. That pretty much sums up the entire dialogue of their date. I kid you not, folks. That was it. That was it. They didn't talk about anything else. That was it. Coming off of Machu Picchu, they did sit down, and Lauren did mention she feels like that she can just look at Arie, even if they are far from each other, even if he's across the room, she can look at him and know exactly what he's thinking. And she's never had that with someone, and she feels like that's just a special connection between the two of them. And I'm just like, okay, sis, I could tell you what he's thinking too. Wow, that's amazing. That's incredible. You know, that's what he's thinking at all times. Like, you're not a mind reader. Like, we can all tell you that. Then they have a nighttime portion where, you know, they get to have their last minute pitch of things. Talk about what they would do if they ended up a couple. Arie asked her, what would days look like with you? She's like, well, you know, we would wake up, we would walk our dogs, then we would get coffee, then we would both go to work, and then when we come home from work, we would cook dinner together, and then maybe have wine. Maybe Monday through Wednesday we'll have wine, and then Thursday, Friday, rest day. Then maybe on the weekends we like do stuff with our friends. Maybe we get to sleep in, maybe we, you know, get to watch more shows, and maybe have some interesting, exciting factors on the weekends. But other than that, we'll just like do the same repetitive thing every day and like just chill. And he was just like, wow, when I think of marriage, that's exactly what I thought of and told my parents too. And I'm just like, somebody ship these boring people together. Take them, go away. Y'all deserve each other. Just bye. This life that she is describing to Arie is depressing me. I can't do it. Then we see a scene of Becca and Cian on the stage. Chris Harrison asks Becca and Cian how they're feeling. First of all, Cian lost her voice, so she does this. This is actually what it sounds like to be to lose your voice. And she does a little slight drag of Crystal, which I thought was funny. And both say that if he is not ready, if he's this conflicted, he should not propose to anyone. Then we see the date with Becca walking around Peru. It seems like she always gets to dates of just like random ass exploring. I'm just like, yet again, always the short end of the stick. Cool. They're using their umbrellas, walking around, petting llamas, seeing kids, like just trying to interact with their environment. And Arie is trying to stay focused, but he's coming off of a date where he felt, you know, very strongly about Lauren, and he's trying to compare it to Becca and just trying to find the piece that will give him some clarity because he has not had any yet. But Becca is really just outgoing, going with the flow, just walking around and giving this a really exciting vibe. We transition into Becca and Arie's night portion, and here's where they're just talking about where they are in their relationship. And again, this is another piece of where Becca asks him if he has any doubts, if he has anything that he's worried about or concerned about with them. And I told y'all before that this is concerning for me. I feel like the fact that she's always asking about what is it and needing to reassure him signifies to me that she potentially senses that something is off. He goes on to say, I don't know. I don't know. When I think about both of you, I don't know. And she's like, what do you mean you don't know? And he's just like, I don't know. I love you. I want this with you. And I see a future together. There's nothing more that I could confirm more than I'm in this with you. And she's continuously reassuring him, and I'm like, this is so fucked up because he continuously reassures Lauren, and here Becca is, you know, reassuring him. It's just like, damn. She's not really getting any reassurance for him besides the fact that he sees no issues with them, and he's just trying to sort through how conflicted he's feeling. He really tells her he's conflicted, which I think is bogus as hell, but honest in the same token. And Becca just continues to like try to reassure him. I think in this moment, Becca is trying to put the last woo on him. Like, Becca's not stupid. I think Becca realizes this is her last chance to really solidify him picking her, and she really needs to show why she, you know, why she's the better suitor, why she's the better one, and she's doing everything she can to make sure he does not forget why he should pick her. She's going to do anything it takes in this moment to make sure he realizes that wifey is right here. What you thought? She even gives him a little gift, and the gift is like a poem. So she reads a poem of just like something sweet about how, you know, she never would have thought that, you know, coming out of the limo, they would have ended up together, how she fell in love with him and she can't wait to spend her life with him. He responds with, oh, I love that. Then she even flips through this photo album she put together of all of their dates and all of their time together, and they're just reminiscing. And again, I feel like this is Becca's last hoorah. This is her last chance to bag this man and make him see, like, don't forget all the memories we had, all the good times we had. And she even has a few pages that says like wedding and first baby, just so he knows that this is where they're going. I'm like, she's literally setting the past, the present, and the future. She's trying to lay it out for him and say, sir, it's right here. So you just gotta give me this, and we could forget about the other girl. Forget about her. I'm right here. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm more upset that she feels the need to keep doing it for this man who's clearly unsure about everything at this point. Here is the fateful day. It's the day of the proposal. We hear Arie saying that he was very unsure after his date with Lauren. He had such a great date with her, but then the next night he had a great day with Becca. and he was conflicted with who to pick because they're just so different. Becca offers him, she's this sweet and sexy and confident woman, and he truly feels like together they are a partnership. But with Lauren, she needs more reassurance. She's more guarded and more reserved, and he feels like there's just something there that he can't describe. Waking up on the day of the proposal, he says that he has clarity and he's so excited about the woman he's going to propose to, and that he can't wait to spend the rest of his life with her. So I'm just like, who's it gonna be? Like, who's it gonna be? The first limo comes and it opens and it's Lauren, y'all. And I was just like, ooh, he really about to do this? You see them come out first, they get in the bye. So I was like, okay, he's going after the woman who has got her shit together, keep him on his toes, gonna put him in his place, gonna be a team with him. Like, I'm like, he's choosing a queen. But I'm also like, damn, it's gonna be hard to pick up a Lauren because she thinks she's getting a ring. So she comes up looking like, oh, I'm about to get engaged. And he tells her, you know, I don't know what it is, but I just can't move forward with this. And she's just looking at him like, what? And she's just like, what do you, like, what? She looks shocked, and for good reason. Of course, she wasn't expecting this. She wasn't expecting to get broken up with. Nobody who got told I love you in this show would expect that. And he has no explanation for her other than the fact that he just doesn't know what it is, but that he's just more confident elsewhere. So he asks, can I walk you out? Because you know that's Arie's signature. When he doesn't know what to say, he just wants to like walk them out and just like shut up and like let them process how they want to process. So he walks her to the limo and just tells her, I hate to do this to you. I'm so sorry. I know I'm blindsiding you and there's nothing really that I can offer you beside that. I'm just like, Arie, bye. Just tell her bye and let's move. There's nothing you can say. You did this to yourself. I'm sick of watching this. Like, bye. And so they start hugging up on each other. They even kiss each other and tell each other, I love you. And I was just like, are y'all really breaking up or not? Because obviously, Becca's coming out to gather her proposal. She comes out and he's smiling. He tells her she's beautiful. And of course, at this point, I think she knows I'm getting proposed to. I think she's finally like, I can breathe easy. He's made his decision and he gets down on one knee and tells her, I love you. I can't wait to start our life together. And I choose you every day from now on. And that's what he says in his proposal. And of course, she's so excited to hear those words because he chose her over Lauren. She's confident that he's choosing her to get married to. And now all of that is behind them. They can move forward and build their relationship and try to heal from the heartbreak and the pain he's brought by telling both women that he loves them. So I'm sure Becca's thinking, we're engaged, we're gonna get married and like move on from this. And she's so excited. And I'm like, okay, I was like happy for her because she was happy. I don't want anybody to be with this man, but Becca's happy. I'm happy too. So then fast forward, the next scene is vlog footage after the show has wrapped. Now, this got me a bit confused because I'm like, this has never happened. We've never seen the person who won and the Bachelor or Bachelorette. They've never showed us footage of how they're in their little happy weekends. They're meeting up in secret locations and they're cooking and they're watching TV and they're hanging out. They're showing us all this footage, making us feel like, oh my God, they're having a really good time. They're building their love. They're in love. They're just having so much fun after getting engaged. And so they're trying to get us all in our feels. And I'm like, okay, this is a little weird, but okay, yeah, they're making pizza. Let's do this shit. Yeah, like, ooh, okay. So I'm like, where are we going with this? And then we see Arie sitting down with Chris Harrison telling him, things are just not great. I haven't been able to stop thinking about Lauren. And, I'm gonna break up with Becca. Oh, man. I'm so hurt for Becca. I'm so hurt for, you know, what she's about to go through. I think this man is very tasteless. He's classless. He's very petty. He's very inconsiderate. Not only is he about to break up with his fiance, not just some relationship, someone you committed yourself to and said you would choose every day. You're about to break up with her because you still have feelings for someone who was on the show and someone who you could have still sorted it out with, someone who you could have told both of them, I'm not ready for this, I need more time. You could have done a host of things, but you decided to choose Becca, to propose to her, to take that first proposal away from her and go and basically say you want to go after Lauren. You're a fucking tool. Like, there is nothing that can make people get over this. Because had you done it like a man and maybe pulled Becca aside off camera and offline and broken this to her, maybe you would have been respected more. But you decided, no, you're not only filming vlog footage, but you're going to break up with Becca on camera so that all of us can watch and criticize. And oh, he is just, why did they choose him? Why? I need answers. Why? So anyway, he's going to break up with Becca at a happy couple weekend. So she's coming in thinking they're hanging out for a few days. They're building on their engagement. They're just getting closer. She's in love with this man. This is her fiance. This is just a chance to meet up with each other. And Becca is telling the camera she's so excited. She's showing off her ring. She's saying he did so good. She's saying that it's hard to be away from him and that she just can't wait for the show to be over so that they can hang out one-on-one and be with each other finally. And she just can't wait to see him, and that she can't believe that she came off of this show engaged, but she's never been happier, and she just can't see her life without him. And I'm just like, no, Becca, please don't say this right now. This man, don't give him this. Don't. So she shows up at the hotel room. She's waiting on Arie, and Arie walks in, and of course she's so excited to see him. She hugs him, and I think this is when she's starting to sense something's up, because he's like, can we talk? And she's like, of course. Like, she's like, but you're making me nervous. And he's like, I know, I'm sorry. So they sit down. They start with a little banter of like, how was Vegas? I guess she went on a weekend trip or something, and I think she got a new tattoo, and he notices her new tattoo, you know, just trying to ease into the situation. And then she's just like, okay, but you're being really weird. Why are we sitting down on this couch? Why is there cameras? You know, I'm sure that's what she's thinking. She didn't say that, but I'm sure that's what she's thinking. And she's just like, what's going on? And he basically just says, I don't even know how to say this, but, you know, over the past couple of weeks, I've really been struggling. You know, and I know you sense that I've been struggling, but I really want to just let you know that every time we've been hanging out together, I can't stop thinking about Lauren. And that, you know, the more time that we spend together and the more quality time we spend together, it makes me feel like I'm slowly losing the chance of reconciling things with Lauren. And she's just like, and I'm just like, what? Like, it's one thing to sit up here and tell her, you know what, Becca, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I think we need to break this off because I cannot stop thinking about someone else. That's one thing. But to say that you can't stop thinking about Lauren, but then also throw in the dagger of the more time we spend together, the more I feel like we're veering away from me getting the chance to be with Lauren. I think that was so heartbreaking to say. That was so evil to say. When he said that, I was just like, what? And she was even like, what do you mean? So she's like, so what does that mean? You're gonna go, you want to be with her? And he's like, I want the possibility of, you know, I want to try. And she's just like, oh my God, like, are you serious? And then she even challenges him and said, what about all the things you said about her? How you can't quantify things, how, you know, there's no assurance there. Like, what about all that? Was that just words to me? And he was like, no, it wasn't. And he was just like, I was just so conflicted in Peru. The days leading up to it, I was so conflicted. And I just basically trying to insinuate I made a rash decision, and I regret it now. And she's just like, okay, so you're going to go back to Lauren. Are you going to be conflicted when you go back to her? Basically asking him, if you're so conflicted about us and between the both of us, are you going to be conflicted when you're with her? Are you going to think about me when you're with her? And he tells her, no. Y'all, I literally feel like this whole conversation was so harsh. I feel like he centered it around Lauren and about how he just wants to be with Lauren and how he wants to rectify things with Lauren and how he made a mistake by not picking Lauren. And never in this did he say, Becca, I'm so sorry. Becca, I've always loved you and I loved you, but I just realized that maybe it's not a fit. Becca, I want better for you. And better is not me. I wish he would have framed it in their context. This is their relationship. And yet again, Lauren is constantly being dragged into it. And I know that that's why he's leaving. And I know that's why he's conflicted. But for someone that you vow to, someone you propose to, you should be posing the breakup in the context of y'all and not why you're leaving. You should pose it make it about her. And the amount of times he said Lauren made me want to come through that screen, when I tell you I was screaming. Y'all who watched the live stream know I was screaming because this bad built, unsuccessful, he has not run a race. He probably ain't sold no damn house. Everything, no catch of a man can sit up here and break up with a woman in front of 2, 3, 4 cameras, blindside her, and make the breakup about the other woman. He is disgusting. And I don't care. I don't care. I usually give people the benefit of the doubt. Oh, you can make mistakes and have chances. And I truly believe in that. But I think that the way he's doing it just makes it even harder to forgive. I'll forgive him, but I would have taken it better if he had done this off camera. If he had not proposed in the first place. As much as I know that's what the show is about, if he had told them, I am not ready, I need some more time, I need some more weeks, I will give y'all a proposal after that time, I think that would have went over better than leading this poor girl along and making her feel like she's going to spend a life with you and giving her a ring just to snatch it a few weeks later. It takes a special kind of human to do that. And I think it's even harder for me to accept because I know that he's such an inconsiderate person. He's such a all over the place chaotic person. And I feel like even if he had chosen Lauren, he would have broken up with Lauren and gone back to Becca, because that is how inconsistent he is. He cannot choose one to save his life. And, you know, it's unfortunate that Becca has to be caught in this moment on camera, and she pretty much handles it well. She asks him follow-up questions. She keeps her calm and eventually asks him to leave, and he refuses to leave. He refuses to leave. And she decides she's gonna get up, go to the room, pack her stuff, and leave herself. She starts packing, he comes in and he says, oh no, I'll leave. She's like, okay. Then he walks out of the hotel room, is staring at the trees, acting like he's thinking of something. We know he's not thinking of a goddamn thing. Not one thing. He's thinking about, oh, how do I get her to tell me I did the right thing? He wants to hear Becca's reassurance. He wants her to tell him, oh, it's okay, honey. I love you. Go be with her. Give him a hug. Give him some reassurance like she always does. That's what he's waiting for from Becca. But he's never going to get that. And I'm so glad she doesn't give it to him. So she goes into the bathroom and she's sobbing. I mean, she's sobbing. We hear her through the microphone sobbing, and I'm just in shambles. I just want to jump through the screen and punch this man. And he comes and he knocks on the door. and says, "Are you okay?" I'm just like, Jesus. She's great. She's perfect. Yeah. Not only did he just rip this girl's heart out, but he decides that he's going to stay around and keep following her around the hotel room until she basically gives him a "it's okay, I forgive you," or a hug or something. He's waiting for some level of reassurance, and it's sick. It's sick. It's embarrassing. It's tasteless, and it just reminds me of the fact that he should have never been the Bachelor. He does not know what he wants. But the moral of the story is Becca handles this like a G. She asked him to leave, and eventually he leaves, but you know, he lingers around for a while. But eventually he does leave, and Becca just holds her composure so well, and I so admire her in this moment for not popping off on him, for not cursing him out, for not fighting him, because I would have done all of those things, to be honest with you. But she really just showed what it looks like to be so poised and so graceful and so just a badass, beautiful ass woman. I respect her so much and I admire her so much, and I cannot wish her more than the best. I know that this man is not the best, and I know that she'll realize that in due time, and it sucks that she had to go through it like this, but she just really showed what it looks like to be just an amazing human being and to handle something with such class and such grace. I literally said in my live stream, I want to be Becca when I grow up, and I still feel that way. I admire her. I respect her. He is canceled. And that is all I can really say about this scene. It's heartbreaking to watch, but it just showed me how you can really stay classy and graceful in a moment when all the odds are pointed against you and all the reasons to not be classy and graceful are there. And yet you stick to your guns. And I'm glad she didn't allow this man to taint her or change her. It saddens me that she had to go through this, but I just wish her the best. And I think that the best is definitely coming for her. And with that, you'll find out the rest with the follow-up to this recap being my recap on the After the Rose special. Definitely stay tuned for that recap. This is the end of the finale recap. I know it's not as funny. There's so many emotional ties to this, but I just want to thank all of you, all of my subscribers, all of my new subscribers. Thank you for watching. If you have not done so already, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment and let me know how you are feeling. What are the takeaways you have? And let's really continue to discuss in the comments. I have so many other things to say. I have so many more opinions, and I can't wait to dive into it more in the next recap. So definitely stay tuned for that. And you already know what it is. I was going to say it's been a great season, but I'm so glad the season is almost over. I was almost an Arie fan, and he has just, I could not be happier to see him gone. Just goodbye. Good night and goodbye, sir. After this next recap, that'll be the last time we have to talk about him. So send a lot of love and support to Becca, and, you know, send a like to Lauren, because we'll discuss later. But thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next video. Okay. Bye.